options along the way. Alright, there's a quick intro for you. I actually released that kind of intro as like maybe a little bit of a short, just because some people like that real short, you know, get down to the brass tacks type deal. Hey, I got 2 minutes, show me what's going on. And so there's that if that's what you're into. But if you like to know how I get to these places that I'm going and the thought process behind it, then this is the video for you. And in this video, I don't know, you might see some of the things that were in the intro, you might not. I painted a bunch of brown parts and I only used some of them. Basically what I have to do is give myself options. I can't, this has never been done before, so I can't just say, yes, I know brown's gonna be perfect, I'm painting everything brown. And then people that do that and they aren't honest with themselves, they wind up with a shitty looking project because they're just trying to talk themselves into it. They're just convincing themselves, hey, this is great, it's too much trouble not to revisit or whatever. I don't do that. I'll paint something 100 times. I don't care. I'll buy new shit, paint it again. Doesn't matter to me. I am only going to be happy when I stand back and I look at something and it says yes to me in my brain. Then I'm done. I won't settle for anything else. Absolutely will not. I would put decals on this thing. If I hated this cabinet paint job I had going on, I'd put decals on it. I would just be like, yeah, fuck that up. Oh well, put decals on it. So anyway, you're just gonna watch me work through my thought process and work through this thing and try to build, in my eye, the nicest thing I possibly can with no limits. And so if you like that, here's another installment of it, and let's get to work. All right, it's been about 2 days. Let's go in here and check out our Indiana Jones cabinet. I got a feeling that we can move it out of here. I gotta untape it, but just even from here, like from what I can see, it looks like it's just right, so we'll see. Let's take a look at it and then we'll untape it. Show you what I'm looking for. You know, basically what I noticed is it looks like a really nice piece of furniture. That's kind of what I was going for. You can see my reflection back there, but it's not like a glossy reflection. That's what I'm looking for. And this area right here can be a little bit hard to show, but it's, as you can see, there's like a dull type of finish there. It's not overly glossy. And I think that's just right. It looks really nice and thin and slick. That's what I want. I don't want it to look thick or piled on. You can kind of pick up on that texture you see there. That's the matting agent. That's what makes it not so glossy. They basically are, you put the flattening agent in there and it gives it like these micro abrasions is what they call them, and that gives it its flatter look. But all that said, even with the light, you can kind of see, you know, it's still got a sheen to it. It's not flat, like completely flat. Looks really good. My little grips done. Those look good. Color coordinated bolts. I'm telling you, I even shaded and faded that little bit of yellow right there. So when I put that in there, it's gonna fill in the gaps. It's not gonna just be black dots everywhere. Painted brown bolts for right here, and you know, looks good. This is good. This is just what I had in mind. I got rid of most of the pores in the open grain, but you're gonna see some here and there. Normally what I would do with that is I would wipe it with filler and then sand it and prime it, and then they're gone. But The only way I've had to fill these is through the clear coating process, and it has done a really good job. But you know, if I sand it and cleared it once or twice more, that'd be gone. But I don't need to do that. It's fine. But just if I was being hyper critical here, or I could probably mix a clear resin and wipe it in the future. But the problem with it is if you wipe anything on here, I don't care if it's resin, filler, what it is, now your stain won't take. So that's what the issue is. All right, this is probably the side that'll show the best as far as giving you an idea of the gloss level in the sheen. And you can just see the reflection of the window in there. Now, the only way you're going to get that any slicker, like slick as glass, would be to sand it and polish it. Can't sand and polish it. Sand and polish it, it's going to be too shiny. So that is might be hard to appreciate if you don't know any better, but that is a really great out of the gun finish right there. It's got a little divot right here in the top of the head. There's nothing I can do about that for the same reason I can't wipe filler in it. So, you know, if they stack plywood on top of each other and build cabinets, then you get that little divot that's got to remain. But nothing to worry about. It looks really good. Maybe we'll throw a topper on there. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to untape this thing and we'll go from there. Yeah, pretty good. All right, well, I'll work on getting this thing out of here, and we'll take it from there. Probably just start building it up and making a game out of it. let's take a look at where we're at so far. Got it up on 4 legs, got its trim on there. Did this little 2-tone button action here. The opaque buttons, that just wasn't gonna work. Every time I parked one there, it's like, no, that doesn't look good. The gun, the grips, all that stuff. That's black nickel gun, and of course that's that powder coated trim. Looks real good though. Like I said, I'm not mad at that at all. It looks really good. Made my job a little bit easier, but before you go running away with how much easier it is, think of all the work I've had to put into this cabinet up to this point. It's been unreal. A little bit of trash floating around in there, some shavings, but my idea is to run all the braid as nicely as I can without it like making the inside of the cabinet look ugly. So I think I've done that pretty well. In particular, once I start putting the parts in, like the transformer and stuff like that. And I've tested everything with the meter. It's all ground like it should be, and it blends in pretty good. Just trying to keep it as clean as I can get it. When I built this gun, I actually used brown and green and brown and white wire. That way, like, the wire that's supposed to be green, I know is the brown and green. The wire that's supposed to be white, I know is the brown and white. But stuff like that'll help camouflage some stuff. But I've got something else in mind to camouflage this that you wouldn't believe, and I don't even want to tell you what it is until I try it. But I've got an idea it might make for a whole lot of work, but if I can pull it off, I think it's gonna just raise the bar so much higher. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll work towards getting that head on here. I think I'll be able to call it a day out here if I can get the head on the lower. I don't like having something like that banging around on the floor, because this exercise equipment you see in the background, this shit gets used every day, every single day. That's not just for looks. Like, I'm actively using that, so I don't like it when I have pinball stuff close to my workout stuff, because it makes it hard to do one or the other or both. But there we go. That's where things are at, and we'll see how much further I get. And there you go. So, yeah, pretty long form video there. Hopefully you like that. If you do, definitely give it a thumbs up. But a lot of choices have to be made. I make a lot of extra parts along the way, or paint a lot of extra parts, or have a lot of ideas in my head. And I have to kind of execute all that stuff first. Like I have to paint the stuff, I have to have it here in place, and I have to place it, and then I have to be honest with myself, say, yeah, that brown hinge, that's not good. The black hinge is better. Or, you know, that bolt right there, that should be brown. You know, whatever it is. I just have to figure it out as I go, but I have to give myself those options, and it leads to basically double the work. The person that owns the game had sent this. Well, I didn't even know what they sent. Let me tell you this. This is how that went. So the person that owns the game said, oh yeah, I sent, in that tube that I sent you is, you know, all this black gold flake powder coated trim. Hopefully you can use it on the build. Not knowing, at that time he thought I was just building a regular Indiana Jones. And I was like, okay, cool. And I think to myself, yeah, I probably won't even open that. It's powder coated. I don't like powder coated parts usually because as a high-end painter, what I always see in there is that they're orange peely, and they usually have some amount of trash in them, and you can't really do anything about it. And a lot of times they're splotchy looking too, depends on the color. So I'm not really a big powder coat guy. So I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Well, out of curiosity, after I'd already painted this cabinet and I already made all my color choices and I already done everything, I decided to open that stuff up and look at it, and I was really impressed with it. I was like, damn, this looks pretty good. I mean, I couldn't paint it a whole lot better. Could have painted it better? Yeah, I could get it slicker. I could make it look, you know, more like mirror finish or whatever. But is it nice enough to where I don't need to do those things? And the answer was, yeah, this stuff is ready to use, even in my eyes, which is pretty good. And so I was kind of blown away by that, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll use that. So that worked out in my favor. I had already painted, like, anything you think on this cabinet's black, it's not really black. It's a really, really almost black brown metallic. It's that dark of a brown to where it looks black in this room, but if you took it outside and hit it in the right light, you're gonna be like, that is the darkest brown metallic I've ever seen in my life. So that's what that is. But man, it just all came together. It worked really well. But trying to paint every little bolt, trying to make every little thing work, oh man, that's a job like you wouldn't believe. And like I said, you got to be honest with yourself. If things aren't working, then you got to make changes. So I want to show you this and talk about this real quick, and then we'll call it good, and we'll see what we get into in the next video. One of the things I think that really gets glossed over in a lot of these videos, or maybe just when people talk about this service in general, is somebody sent me that thing in the background and they're getting back this thing in the foreground. I mean, that's to try to put into words what it takes to pull that off. For me as an individual, it's almost impossible. But it takes a whole lot of work and effort, and these aren't cheap jobs. These aren't, you know, a lot of these are art pieces. And what I really like about when I do this style of work in particular is I'll put decals on a cabinet. It's like a necessary evil, but I never like it. I always hate it. At the end of the day, they're just big stickers, and you have to treat them so carefully. Every time I put a bolt on a decaled cabinet, every time I put a leg on a decaled cabinet, every time I put a coin door on a decaled cabinet, or that gun, I've got to worry about not over tightening things, not scratching things. It's gonna pucker, it's gonna peel, it's gonna look like shit in 6 months. You know, I hate that. I want to build something I can be proud of forever. And that usually involves truly painting something, not just putting a big sticker on it. And so I'm looking to build the nicest thing I can. And if I can't paint it like the original, then I'm gonna try to figure out an alternative to offer somebody, so I can at least offer you the nicest thing that I could build, because the nicest thing I could build isn't going to come with a decal on it. The nicest thing that I can build is going to come with a paint job on it. So that's what a lot of this is about. All right, so we'll call it good. I know this is a long one, but hopefully you liked it. And if you do, give it a thumbs up, right? And I'll see you in the next one.